Hey guys, so hello and welcome back to a new episode. In this one we are looking at AMC stock because of course AMC is now down by over 65%, and even over the past 5 days we can see big decreases in price, but from this point here around the 3rd of February the price is like it's kind of leveled out a little bit. I mean, yes, we are still down, but even on the Friday we are seeing a bit of a decrease, but overall it is pretty flat in comparison to what we have seen previously. And the question for tonight's one is, with this small piece of increase at the end of the day, is this one going to continue to go up in the next week? Well guys, of course I am not a financial advisor, so please make sure to do your own research and use this video for entertainment purposes only. But with that being said, if you think that you will enjoy this episode, please do leave a like and subscribe, it would be appreciated. And with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. Okay guys, so literally just a few minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, I asked you guys what you think AMC and GME and other similar stocks will do over on the community tab on YouTube. So far we've got about 90 votes and people are generally saying that they think that they will go up. 46% of people think that they are going up, about 34% of people think they are going down, and 20% of people just don't know. So I find that one very interesting. It seems like you guys still are optimistic on these stocks, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all, especially with that bit of an increase that we have seen towards the end of the day. I think it really does point to some positivity potentially building. On top of that guys, we now do have Robinhood, which is of course one of the biggest brokers out there, one of the most widely used, which has basically de-restricted the amount of shares that you can buy. Now you might think that's a small deal, but obviously it is a big deal because now more people have access to purchase unlimited numbers, and honestly this one could send it soaring on Monday. Even similarly with GameStop on the Friday we saw a bit of an increase. I think AMC definitely could follow if we are lucky, and of course on top of that guys, people just have a lot of hope still left in this one. I think it's definitely 50-50 with where this one is going into the next week, but in my personal view guys, I do think we are going to see an increase. Now when it comes to a percentage figure guys, I don't think it's going to be too big of an increase. I think AMC may honestly start to level out at the current price, and I think that would be reasonable because now a lot more people are aware of the company, which is a good thing. A lot more people are aware of the stock. I think we could definitely level out at that point. Obviously there are a few other factors which definitely could send it flying. Like I said, a lot more people being able to buy unlimited shares. On top of that guys, it just depends how much hype this one gets and how much faith people still have in this one, because yes, people are seeing a lot of hype here, people are seeing a lot of hype in other places to invest. So the question is, will people continue to pour money into companies like AMC, or will they go for other stocks? I think that's really going to be the defining point into the next week. But overall, even if we do see a bit less action than we did in the past few weeks, I still do believe that we are going to see a bit of an increase, maybe not too significant, but I think it will be somewhat of an increase nonetheless. I think that really is a good thing now. I think we're in a great position for AMC to take itself back around and hopefully continue to go up in price. So like I said guys, I don't see too much of a big price increase coming unless we do have something which changes drastically, and honestly that could be the case. I definitely think that the next week is going to be quite crucial for this one in answering the question of, is it dead or is it going to continue to rocket? I think this next week is going to have all of the answers, because of course now we have a lot more factors in play. We have the potential of more funds having to cover their position potentially in the next few weeks, and of course that could also send the share price flying. On top of that guys, we don't really know how people have been talking about this one over the weekend. Realistically they could have actually sent the price flying as well on Monday if people are still optimistic like I've said. And honestly guys, all of these factors do actually point to some growth potentially in the next week for AMC and similar stocks. But on the other hand guys, these are still very risky. I've seen people pouring tons of money into these, and honestly I would not do it because obviously the risk is extremely high and the reward could be extremely high. This one could rocket up past this $20 point if we are very lucky. But obviously guys, considering the facts, it's a 50-50 chance if not less, and I would definitely not invest tons of money in it. So guys, if I was going to be, investing in this one, I would buy a couple of shares. I think that's definitely a speculative position, but nonetheless, it definitely could pay off, in the short term. Long term, guys, the fundamentals are interesting for this company. I definitely think they could see some growth after the pandemic, because right now, people aren't generally using theatres for obvious reasons, because they don't want to come into contact with other people. So it definitely could see a bit of a slump for the next few weeks. And even if that was the case, I am not too worried if we manage to sit fairly flat at the current position, because of course post-pandemic we could see this one continue to rocket up, maybe not by such a significant amount again, but you know what, from a fundamental standpoint, the fundamentals absolutely are there to see long-term growth on this stock. But obviously guys, if you are invested in companies like AMC, you're in it for the short-term gains most likely, and I completely understand that one, but I definitely think it is more of a risky stock to be getting into. That's not necessarily a bad thing. We definitely still do have some potential in the next week, and it could still rocket upwards. But guys, if you do want to come tell me your opinions, absolutely feel free to do so by voting on that community tab post. On top of that guys, you can just tell me in the comment section what you think, and with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye till then.